ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So here we are seeing Kashyapa Muni, after the intercourse at the forbidden time, he takes bath in the water. Atho upsparsha salilam pranan ayama vagayataha dhyayan jajapa virjam brahma jyoti sanatanam. And then he meditates on Jyoti, meditates on the effulgence, Brahman effulgence, by chanting Brahma Gayatri. So, Prabhupada explains that one is supposed to be purified after taking bath and chanting Gayatri. But if one chants the Maha Mantra, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it is so powerful that whether one chants softly as a japa or one chants loudly as kirtanam, he will be protected from all evils of material existence. See, sometimes we wonder why this is called Maha Mantra. Vyas Maharishi, why is it called Maha Mantra? Here Prabhupada gives one very important aspect of why it is called Maha Mantra. Garuda Tuja? No, Prabhupada explains Maha Mantra, it can be chanted in two ways. When we chant for ourselves, like Kashyapa Muni was chanting softly, that is called as japa. When we chant loudly so that others can also hear, that is called as kirtana. Why Hare Krishna mantra is called Maha Mantra? It is not an ordinary mantra. Gayatri mantra is there, it is called mantra, Gayatri mantra. But Hare Krishna mantra is termed as Maha Mantra. Prabhupada is explaining the importance, why it is called Maha Mantra. One very important aspect. Ram Gopal. Prabhupada is saying, when one is chanting this Gayatri mantra, it is benefiting only the person who is chanting. But this Maha Mantra, it can be chanted softly for one's own advancement, and at the same time, when this mantra is chanted loudly, it will benefit all others. including all other living entities. Not only the human beings, it will benefit even any other living entities also. So Prabhupada says that is why it is called as Mahamantra. When a Vedic mantra is chanted within the mouth so that only the chanter can hear, the chanting is called japa. When such mantras are chanted loudly, it is called kirtana. The Vedic hymn Hare Krishna can be chanted both softly to oneself or loudly. Therefore, it is called Mahamantra or great hymn. So here, Prabhupada is explaining the difference between chanting some mantra like Gayatri mantra, like Kashyapa Muni is chanting Gayatri mantra, and for the time being he is getting purified and he is meditating on Brahman effulgence. He is an impersonalist, meditating on Brahman effulgence. So Prabhupada points out a very important thing, that one may be purified by taking bath, as Kashyap Muni did, and then chanting Gayatri mantra, he is getting purified. But if one chants the holy name of the Lord, if one chants this Maha Mantra, he will himself keep it away from all kinds of evil effect of Kali Yuga, which may contaminate person anytime. So Kashyapa Muni, to get out of the contamination, washed himself, took a bath, and then chanted Gayatri to become purified. But Prabhupada is explaining an antiseptic method where even though you may be situated in contaminated place, you will not get contaminated because you will be protected from all the evil effects of Kali Yuga by the potency of holy name. So that is why this is called as great mantra, Mahamantra. This is the potency. Right? When you have become contaminated, you can take bath, you can chant Gayatri and you can become purified. But still you are susceptible. Prabhupada says this is called Hati Snan. You take bath, after that again you go and become dirty. So what is the use? There is no use. But Mahamantra will give us protection even from becoming contaminated, even though being situated in contamination of Kali Yuga. This is the potency of chanting the holy name of the Lord. So, Prabhupada is further comparing that, see the effect. Kashyapa Muni is chanting Gayatri mantra, meditating on impersonal Brahman, isn't it? And we see the example of Haridas Thakur, constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord. So we can see, Prabhupada is saying, we can compare and see the difference, that personalist is stronger in sense control than the impersonalist. How this is possible? Because by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is elevated to a platform where he relishes higher taste in Krishna consciousness. Whereas, when an impersonalist, he is meditating on impersonal Brahman, he may be elevated to Brahman platform, but because he does not get that higher taste, he once again comes back to material platform to taste lower tastes. So this is the difference. So actually, the method which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to all of us in Kali Yuga is very, very sublime, and at the same time it is very, very easy. This has to be understood. Something which comes to us very easily, we take it for granted. Isn't it? We are sometimes like that. Something which comes to us very easily, we take it for granted. We think to obtain Krishna, no doubt, which is very, very difficult task. Because Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschit mam vetti tatvataha. So Krishna is saying it is very difficult to obtain me. So then what do we think? If it is very difficult to obtain Krishna, then the process also must be very difficult. Isn't it? It must be very, very tough, very, very difficult process to attain Krishna. No. Prabhupada explains, chanting of the holy name is the most sublime method, but at the same time, most easiest method. You see, this is why it is called as Mahamantra, the great Vedic hymn. It is sublime, and at the same time, it is very, very easy. Gayatri Mantra is applicable only for very few people who can qualify. They have come to a certain level of qualification. So it will not be able to help others. Even when somebody else hears Gayatri Mantra, it is not going to help them anything. Whereas the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, when we chant the Maha Mantra, it not only benefits us, it benefits even others. So, this chanting is done in two ways. When it is done for our own personal advancement, when we chant softly, this Hare Krishna mantra, it is called as japa. And when the same mantra is chanted loudly so that others can also hear, then it is called as kirtana. What is sankirtana? Prabhupada explains the meaning of sankirtana. What does it mean? Shantanu? You are very alert. What is Sankirtana? Performing Kirtana in association of devotees. Good. That is one aspect of Sankirtana. But what is Sankirtana actually? Mass of people chanting the holy name. Yes, that is one aspect. What is exactly the meaning of Sankirtana? Prabhupada explains Sankirtana means Samyak Kirtana. Complete glorification of the Lord is called Sankirtana. It is not partial glorification. It is not we glorify the Supreme Lord and we glorify something else. That is not Sankirtana. Sankirtana means complete glorification of the Supreme Lord. Samyak Kirtana, that is called as Sankirtana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually personally came in Kali Yuga to distribute that love of Godhead. That love of Godhead, which is the highest perfection of human life, which we have to achieve. The Lord does not give it out very easily. Very difficult to attain that. Even to get glance of Lord, even to get one glance of the Lord itself is so difficult. We can think about how difficult it is to get love of God. Because Love of God is something by which the Supreme Lord Himself becomes controlled by the devotee. In loving devotional service, the Lord becomes controlled by the devotee. So this is not something which very easily Krishna gives away. That's why it is said, Anarpita Charim Chirad. That means, for a very long time, Anarpita, it was not given out. Chiram means for a very long time. So, in the form of Lord Chaitanya, He comes and He opens the storehouse of this Krishna Prema and distributes freely to people. That simply by chanting this holy name, you will achieve perfection. You will achieve what the impersonalists are trying, mukti from this world. But those impersonalists, they cannot get bhakti. But by chanting the holy name, you will not only get mukti, you will get Krishna Prema. Not just Krishna Bhakti. You will get the highest of Krishna Bhakti. You will get the lotus feet of Krishna. You will get Krishna Prema. So, this is the importance of the holy name. We should actually wonder what a great gift Prabhupada has given us. It's a wonderful gift. Just imagine if Prabhupada was not there to give us this gift. Even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had spread Krishna consciousness, but it was just because of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada that today Hare Krishna mantra has become a household word. That people are able to chant this holy name. So we'll just try to see and understand the importance of that greatest treasure which we have got with us. The other day I was explaining in one of the classes about one devotee, about one Brahmana. He was worshipping Lord Shiva and he pacified. He was able to get the mercy of Lord Shiva. So he asked Lord Shiva that, I want the greatest treasure. So then Lord Shiva said, you go to Vrindavan, there is a great devotee living there, Sanatan Goswami. He lives in a hut there. You approach him, you will get the treasure, the greatest treasure you desire. So this Brahmana, poor Brahmana, he went to the house of Sanatan Goswami. And there, he approached Sanatan Goswami and asked him that Lord Shiva has guided me to take that treasure from you, the greatest treasure from you. Sanatan Goswami was able to understand that actually he is not yet completely purified and what he is looking for is some material treasure. So Sanatan Goswami said, yes, what you desire, it is available in that dustbin which is kept in the corner of my room. So then he went and searched the dustbin, and from the dustbin he got one touchstone. So he was very happy. Anything he could touch and that will turn into gold. So he was thinking, I was a very poverty-stricken person. Now all my poverty, everything is gone. All my miserable condition is finished. But then while he was returning back to his house, he had a thought in his mind that if this was the greatest treasure, why would Sanatan Goswami keep it in dustbin? If this is supposed to be the greatest treasure, why would he keep it in dustbin? So then once again he went to Sanatan Goswami and he said, my dear sir, I don't think you have delivered me the greatest of the treasure. Please give me the greatest of the treasure. So then Sanatana Goswami said, okay, if you are ready, do one thing. Go to the river Yamuna nearby, throw this stone in river Yamuna and come back. So then he threw this stone in river Yamuna, he came back to Sanatana Goswami. Then Sanatana Goswami asked him, now you sit down and chant the holy name of the Lord. That is the greatest treasure which you can attain. Actually, it is true. It is said, Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. The holy name of the Lord itself is that Chintamani. That is the highest, the greatest of the treasure a person can attain. Practically, with his own life, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that chanting of the holy name is Yuga Dharma. It is the essence of all religion. So we know about the pastime Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Allahabad, Prayag. So there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give out this mercy of the holy name. He was seeing that innocent people are taking to Krishna consciousness, but somehow I am not able to touch this monist, this impersonalist. I want to give this Krishna Prema even to these people. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was going on in the streets of Prayag, chanting the holy name of the Lord, and scores of people would come and join Sankirtan, and they would be chanting and glorifying the Lord. So in ecstasy, the Lord would be chanting and dancing. So this news came to Prakashananda Saraswati. So Prakashananda Saraswati started making jokes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then, the devotees, when they heard Prakashananda Saraswati criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they could not take it. And then, one of the Brahmanas in Prayag, he invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his house. That please come to my house. I am not able to hear any more blasphemous against you, against the devotees, which Prakashananda Saraswati is criticizing the devotees. So I have invited Prakashananda Saraswati with his disciples, and I would also like to invite you to my house. So generally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would never accept invitations where these Mayavadis were there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to remove the moroseness of his devotees, and at the same time, he wanted to give his mercy to these Mayavadis, to these impersonalists. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted that invitation, and he went and met Prakashananda Saraswati. You can see, I think there is a picture somewhere. So Prakashananda Saraswati, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was seated in a very lowly place. Prakashananda Saraswati was seated on a very elevated asana. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and just sat down below in a lower place. And all the sannyasis, all the disciples of Prakashananda Saraswati, they were able to see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary person. He is the Supreme Lord Himself. They were able to see the effulgence coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And immediately they were attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But still, Prakashananda Saraswati, he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you are supposed to be a Vedantist. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very renowned. He was very renowned. Even in his childhood, he was a great Vedantist. He would defeat the greatest of the Vedantists. Big Panditas had come Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would defeat them in arguments from Vedanta. Keshav Kashmiri had come, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he was a young boy, he would defeat them. So, Prakashananda Saraswati asked that you are supposed to be a sannyasi, you are supposed to be reading Vedanta. Why like a sentimental? You are fooling around in the streets, chanting like a sentimental. Isn't it? So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started replying, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave very important instructions that why we are supposed to chant this holy name of Krishna. Some very important principles of why chanting is Yuga Dharma. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started replying to Prakashananda Saraswati. Prabhu kahe Suna Shripad Ihara Karana. He said, O Shripad, kindly hear the reason of why I am constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord. Guru more murkha dekhile karile shashana. He said, when I approached my spiritual master, even though I was considered to be Vedantist, my Guru saw me to be murkha. He saw me to be a fool. So, he ruled upon me. He gave me instruction. So, Prabhupada says, what did he say? He chastised me. Shashana, Prabhupada translates as, he chastised me. What did he chastise? Murkha tumi, tomara nahi ka Vedanta dikara. You are thinking you are great Pandita, but actually you are Murkha. You have no right to study Vedanta. You cannot understand, you cannot read Vedanta. Krishna mantra japa sada ei mantra sara. So, you simply chant the holy name of Krishna, this Maha Mantra, because Hare Krishna mantra is actually the Sara of all the Vedanta. It is Sarva Mantra Sara. What is Vedanta? It consists of so many mantras, isn't it? And what is the Sara of mantra? This holy name, the Hare Krishna mantra is Sara of all the Vedic mantras. Many Vedic hymns are there. And Hare Krishna mantra is the essence of all those mantras. And then his spiritual master told him, Krishna mantra haite habe samsara mochana, Krishna nama haite pave Krishnera charana. So he instructed him, if you chant this holy name of Krishna, you will be liberated from this material entanglement. Haibe samsara mochana. You will get liberated from this material existence. And pave Krishnera charana. Once you are released from this material contamination, you will obtain the lotus feet of Krishna. And then he said, my spiritual master further instructed me, Naam bina kali kale nahiyara dharma, sarva mantra sar naam ei shastra marma. And then my spiritual master told me, in this age of Kali, there is no religious principle other than chanting the holy name of Krishna. Sarva mantra sar nama ei shastra marma. All the shastras says that this Hare Krishna mantra is the essence of all mantra. This is not what I am saying. His spiritual master told him, this is what all the scriptures are saying. Etabali eka shloka shikhaila more. After saying this, my spiritual master, he taught me one verse. And then my spiritual master told, keep this verse always in your throat. You see, that means when something is in the throat, we can always remember, we can always vibrate. Isn't it? So my spiritual master told me, Kanthe kari ei shloka kariha vichare. Always keep this mantra which I am going to teach you now, always in the throat, so that you can understand the importance of chanting the holy name. See? So what did he say? Harer nama, Harer nama, Harer nameva kevalam, kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyatha. In Kali Yuga, there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. The only means is Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Eva Kevalam. The only method is chanting of the holy name. Then, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after receiving this instruction, keeping this mantra in the throat, that yes, I should be always chanting the holy name of the Lord, started chanting. And then once again, after chanting, he went back to his spiritual master. He went back that after chanting this holy name of the Lord, the mantra which you have given, I am finding completely magical transformations. So he went and asked his spiritual master, what is this? Isn't it? So he went and asked, Kiba mantra dila gosai, Kiba tara bala. What kind of mantra have you given me? And what is the strength of this mantra? Japite japite mantra karila pagala. I have become completely maddened chanting this holy name of the Lord. What is the strength of this holy name? I am not able to understand. And then he says further, what kind of pagala I have become, how I have become maddened? Hasaya nachaya more karaya krandana, eta shuni guru hasi bolila vachana. So then he said, I am always, when I am chanting this holy name, it makes me into ecstasy. And in ecstasy, I sometimes dance, I sometimes laugh, and I sometimes cry. So when my spiritual master, he is telling this to Prakashananda Saraswati, I went back to my spiritual master, I asked him, what kind of mantra did you give him? Did you give me? That by chanting, I am always in ecstasy. I am dancing sometimes, I am laughing sometimes, crying sometimes. So when I revealed this to my spiritual master told me, Krishna Nama Mahamantrera Eite Swabhava Ye Jape Tare Krishna Upjeya Bhava. He said, this is the nature of the holy name. Anyone who chants this holy name of the Lord, this is the Swabhava of the holy name, Tare Krishna Upjeya Bhava. His life becomes filled with ecstasy. Sometimes devotees ask this question, that Prabhu, is it just because of repeating? Suppose if I repeat for 10 years, if I repeat some film song, isn't it that we become attached to something which we are very much in touch with? Isn't it something? Sometimes people may wonder that is it some kind of... No, even if we become attached to some film song, attachment is different from that which can create ecstasy. So, this is the swabhava, this is the nature of the holy name, that anyone who starts chanting, he immediately becomes ecstatic. We see the example that how in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is described, that sometimes just by criticizing, when Nawab Hussain Shah sent his people that you should stop all these people who are chanting the holy name. He gave order to his people. Wherever they are chanting or playing mridanga, you should break their mridanga, all those things. So some of these his people, constables, they went and they were trying to stop people who were chanting. And they came back and they, rather than stopping them to chant, they came back chanting the holy name of the Lord. They were not able to stop that chanting. Isn't it? So this is the nature of the holy name. that anyone who chants, his life becomes filled with ecstatic feeling for Krishna. So, we can understand actually the gift which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to all of us is not ordinary. Just by chanting the holy name, we can get the highest of the treasure of love of God by chanting this Mahamantra. Further, there is a very beautiful shloka which explains that just by chanting, one attains Krishna Prema. So this is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where exclusively among all other devotional service, chanting the holy name is glorified. Bhajanera madhye shreshtha navavidha bhakti. Bhajana actually means varieties of means of devotional service. Out of all the varieties of devotional service, Navavidha Bhakti is considered to be greatest. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam. So this is called as Navavidha Bhakti. So, Bhajanera Madhye Shreshtha Navavidha Bhakti. Among all the different practices of devotional service, Navavidha Bhakti is considered to be Shreshtha. Krishna Prema Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. This Navavidha Bhakti has the potency to give us Krishna Prema and to deliver Krishna to us. Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. It has got immense potency to deliver Krishna Prema to us. And then further it says, among the Navavidha Bhakti, Tara Madhye Sarva Shreshtha Nama Sankirtana Nir Aparadhe Nam Leile Paya Prema Dhana. If without committing offenses, somebody just chants the holy name of the Lord, he will obtain Krishna Dhana, Prema Dhana, Pai Prema Dhana. He will be able to obtain Prema, Krishna Prema of the Lord. So actually, we should take it very, very seriously that this holy name of the Lord is an immense treasure which is given to us. We should understand the value of it. Sometimes, over a period of time, we lose taste in chanting the holy name. And sometimes days pass by, we don't even complete our quota of chanting even just 16 rounds of the holy name. Isn't it? Prabhupada explains what is Ruchi. Prabhupada says, if you want to understand about Ruchi, Ruchi is what Haridas Thakur is chanting. He is chanting 300,000 names of the Lord daily. That is called as Ruchi. So, once devotees asked this question to Prabhupada, sometimes devotee may be busy in doing his different kinds of service, and he may become so busy that he is not able to finish quota of his chanting 16 round. All of us practically face this problem, right? Someone may say that, Prabhu, I was busy for festival services, I was not able to complete. Prabhupada gives some concession that yes, today you were busy, you could not chant, chant tomorrow. But every day if you start saying, I am busy, I could not complete my rounds, that cannot be excused. Very practical questions were asked to Prabhupada, and we will see how Prabhupada explains chanting the minimum quota of 16 rounds is must for all his disciples. So, this Panchadravida, he is asking. Panchadravida. Some devotees, they do service. They may be very big. They attract so many people. They are successful. Kirtan and everything. But we know they are not chanting japa. What can we do in that situation? So he's doing some big services, very successful in preaching, in kirtana, and they are not able to finish their rounds. Prabhupada, situation, he is doing some service, Panchadravida, yes, Prabhupada. So because on account of that service, if he could not, that can be excused. But not that practice should be taken as permanent business. You see, sometimes exemptions are there. Don't make exemptions as rule. This is what Prabhupada is saying. Don't make it permanent business. Regulation is, if you cannot finish your chanting that day, next day you should forget sleeping and eating and must finish it. Prabhupada is saying, next day, if you have no time, forget your sleeping, forget your eating, you must finish your round. Then Panchadravida further is asking. Some persons we encounter, they don't even chant at all, and yet we are in association with them. Prabhupada, no, if you miss on account of busyness, next day you must finish. You should not go to sleep. Yes, that day you should forget all other business. First of all, compensate this. First of all, compensate your chanting which you have not done. Then you go to some other business. Satswarup. Then he is asking about that Prabhupada, there are some devotees who have this as a chronic disease. You see, many of us face this sometime. Some devotees have it as a chronic condition, tough. Prabhupada. Then he is animal. Satswarup. But still, he is doing lots of devotional service. And then Panchadravida is also adding. He may be even a manager. Prabhupada. Then they will get some chance later on. Prabhupada is saying in this life, they will not be able to make it. They will get chance later on, they will get. What is the devotee? If you do not follow the regulative principle, Prabhupada is saying regulative principle is the basic. The basic regulative principle is chant 16 rounds minimum. So what is the devotee if he is not following the regulative principle? The busyness is that if one day you cannot finish, next day you must finish. And then Prabhupada is saying, now for eating he is very eager. For sleeping, he is very eager, and for finishing chanting, he has no eagerness. See? Is there anybody who we are all missing our rounds chanting? Are we missing our sleep? Are we missing our eating? We are very eager. Somehow or other we will go and take sleep. Somehow or other we will eat. So Prabhupada is saying, but we are not eager to chant and finish our rounds. Yesterday you had no time, you were very busy, alright. Yesterday you had no time, you were busy, alright. Today you forget you are sleeping and eating, finish it, that is wanted. And only for chanting you have no time, that is not allowed. This is cheating, I am so busy. Panchadravida. Most of these devotees in Hyderabad, they are chanting 25 rounds a day or more. Prabhupada, that's all right. If you can chant more, that is good. Panchadravida. Must associate with them, that is difficult. Prabhupada. But you do your business, you don't follow them. That's all. You remain perfect. There are many imperfects admitting, but you try to remain perfect so that they may see you, your behavior, and may follow you. If everyone is sincere in his activity, then where is the question? The society means if I am defective, I am seeing that you are doing nicely, so I will be ashamed. This is also teaching. Actually, that should be our practice. If I cannot finish my 16th round due to some business, next day I must finish it. If you say next day also I am busy, then you should forgo your eating and sleeping and finish it. That is the way. You are so busy, but you do not forget your eating and sleeping. That is cheating. If you are so busy that you forget your eating and sleeping, then I can consider that you are very busy. If you have forgone your eating and sleeping also, then I can understand you are very busy. But you do not forget this portion. Whenever there is opportunity, I eat and sleep. And I have no time for chanting. This is cheating. How long you can go on by cheating? You must finish it. Hare Krishna. Somebody, after initiation, he promises, yes, I shall follow these rules and regulations. I shall chant 16 rounds before the fire, before the deity, before the Guru. And if he does not follow, he is a cheater. What to speak of his becoming a Vaishnava? He is a cheater. He breaks all his promises. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.